What up, y'all? So let me debug this for a minute. That post that I posted about Uber navigation, first of all, let me start off by saying that I do use Waze. I do not use Uber navigation. Reason I posted that is because, you know, it's a problem with Uber navigation that it makes us look like we don't know what we're doing. You know, from the Riders app when the riders are actually watching us. So, and you know, every time we get one of those surveys, how satisfied are you driving for Uber? I never hit that fully satisfied. I report this every time. Now, as for certain times can't drive down Royal, I understand that. But and same my issue with Bourbon, saying that you can drive down Bourbon. Now, it used to be that after 5 o'clock, it wouldn't Uber navigation would not navigate you down Bourbon Street. After a certain time, but it doesn't do that anymore. That was a situation that I had last night where the rider thought that I didn't know what I was doing when I was trying to come and get her. So I screenshotted it and I was like, look, y'all on Facebook, like, y'all have a problem with this too? Because I have a serious problem with it. You know, I'm tired of the cancellations because it looks like we don't know what we're doing, but we do. We've been doing this. I've been doing this, you know, and you know, I'm gonna assume that all of you have too. So, I guess I just want to kind of like debug this. You know, for Mardi Gras, my piece of advice. Look, I take a lot of Ubers and Lyfts, okay, because I don't drink and drive. And on Tuesdays and Wednesdays when I go play pool in these leagues, tournaments, sometimes Thursdays, Fridays, and sometimes Monday, basically Monday through Friday. When I decided to do these tournaments and I play in 2 leagues, you know, like I call Ubers and Lyfts. And I'm surprised by how many drivers in this city use Uber navigation as their primary navigation app. But my whole point with the thing is that 2 problems. 1, it makes us look like we don't know what we're doing when we do. And 2, with Mardi Gras coming up, switch to Waze or Google Maps. Excuse me. You know, with Waze, we update it. So when the parade routes start hitting, it's going to show that we can't cross certain parade routes. And with Waze, it'll navigate us around that, or I mean, you'll be able to see it with Waze pretty much. Now, Uber navigation on the main app is still going to tell the riders that you can cross parade routes, you can drive down Bourbon, you can't drive down Royal after a certain time. Now, I can't speak for the day crew. Sometimes I drive during the day. Like if I have an obligation and I have to be up, it's 7:30 in the morning for something. I'll still get out there and work after done handling my responsibilities. I'll still get out there and work. As for Royal being closed down 90% of the time, I don't see that because the majority of the time I'm driving overnight, and there was a really good screenshot. I missed it. Sorry, I was driving. Got to keep my eyes on the road. But I wanted to further that Royal one because it's a huge problem at night. But I guess I wish that Uber would fix that. I'm not sure like when they're going to, but like it's time to start saying something, guys. This is a problem. So yeah, I just wanted to go ahead and debug that. Yeah, I've known this. I'm not teaching you something new. You guys know this too. And somebody commented on that Uber navigation is trash, and it drives me crazy. But I don't want to say it's trash because when you start getting like when I'm using Waze and I get like a block or 2 away from like someone's house or location. When I start getting real close, I'm getting in the habit of pressing that little Uber stamp, and with Lyft I do it too. I'm getting in the habit of pressing that little stamp, and sometimes the block shrinks down to like it'll show you the block, the house that it is, or where to stop. exactly. Whereas with Waze, it's like, oh, you've arrived at your destination, but you still got like maybe 50 feet. A correction from the video the other day when I was saying that I'm not sure if Google Maps does that. When I got to thinking about it after I posted and just rewatched the video, I remembered that Google Maps has Google Street View. So I mean, that's another good app for that too. You can cut out Uber navigation altogether. However, my problem with Uber navigation remains is that they need to fix this, and I'm sure a lot of you have this problem too when you're driving, or it affects you in some way. Now, you know, it is frustrating because now you have to, when you get one of these pings, now you have to it just creates an extra step. Now I have to call the rider and be like, hey, it's gonna look like I'm taking a funny route, but I know exactly where you're at and I'm coming to get you. Now I shouldn't have to make that phone call every time, and I don't every time because sometimes it's just kind of, yeah, it's an extra step, and it's you know that it's highly appreciated by the rider, but it's not something that I want to do. Is when I'm driving, stop and make a phone call, have to get up to my screen and be like, oh yeah, you know, like, hey, you know, speaking into the speakerphone, hey, it's gonna look like I'm taking a funny route. Can we just cut that out? Uber, fix this, please. It drives me crazy. I was gonna say something else. See if I remember. If not, I'll end the video. I guess it wasn't that important. Okay, anything else? Look, I gotta shower up and get out there. Try to be on the road by 5. It was a long shift yesterday, but you know, Lyft was like, non-existent yesterday. You know, I don't have Maestro, and for a lot of you that don't know what Maestro is an app that manages both apps for you. I wish it was available for you iOS users, but it is only available for Droid. There's a monthly fee. It's anywhere from like $3 to $5, but it's got some cool features. I'll go through them and I'll tell you why I don't use it. But it is good to have. So say a ping comes in for Uber and Lyft at the same time. One's 2 minutes away, one's 10 minutes away, or one's a 5-time surge, one's a 750% prime time. You pick which one you want, and then Maestro automatically goes into the other app and takes you offline, so you can keep your eyes on the road better. So for safety reasons, you know, it is a good thing to have. It also has other features too, like say you prefer Uber, you can set a delay on Lyft. So when you end a trip on Uber, you'll be online with Uber for, say, for example, 2 minutes. And if you don't get a ride in 2 minutes, then after 2 minutes, it'll go into the other app and take you back online. So it's got some cool features if you want to look into that. I'm sure it's very handy. The reason why I don't use it is because I have a split screen option on my phone where I can have one on top, one on the bottom. A ping comes in for one. Before I even accept it, I go offline in the other. And then I accept it, and it, you know, I navigate to go get them, depending on which app I use. So I have a split screen option. It would be nice to, you know, for that extra split second not to hit that go offline button. But for now, it's working for me. I got to get my Lyft rides up. So yeah, just be safe out there. This Mardi Gras, do not use Waze. I'm sorry, Uber navigation. Do not use Uber navigation, please, please. It's so underdeveloped in New Orleans, and you know, it's just I feel like New Orleans is always like the last city to like kind of get updates and new features, and I don't know. I feel like sometimes we're just in the background a little bit. I don't know if you guys get that feeling too. Especially with like the promotion bonuses for Uber. Now Lyft's great about this. It hasn't been busy enough with Lyft for me to make any of their promotions But Uber, I mean, they do it. They did it for New Year's. They did it for Halloween. Halloween was a good one, but they don't do it consistently. So, I don't know. What else? I think that's it for today. 10 minutes? Yeah, that's it. Okay, guys, I got to get out there. Be safe out there. Let's make $1 million. Let's get those 5-time surge rides to California. P.S. It's okay to dream. Be safe out there.